Now this is the recursive method of preorder traversal, recursive algorithm of preorder traversal. Now when this traversal starts, we call this preorder traversal with the root of the tree. So over here, if we consider this is the tree, then we are going to call this preorder traversal algorithm using the root. So we are going to call the preorder traversal with the node 20. Correct? Now, as you enter the algorithm, root not equals to null. So obviously over here 20 is not equals to null. You will enter this if condition, visit root data. Now as I have already discussed, visit means the work you want to do on your node value. So for us, the visit will be equivalent to display the value of the node. So over here 20 will get displayed. Now after 20 gets displayed, there is a call to preorder root left. So you see this is a recursive call. Your function name is also preorder and you are also calling preorder root left. So you need to understand this also we have learnt in class that recursive method they are implemented using inbuilt stack. Recursion is implemented using stack. So everything related to node 20 will get stored onto the stack. Correct? And we will be calling preorder root left. Now when you are at 20, root left means 21. Correct? So you would be calling preorder, from here you would be calling preorder 20 left. That means you are calling preorder 21, that is the left child of 20. Correct? Now again you go back to the algorithm or the function. So preorder 21 is called. Now again 21 is not equals to null, right? So visit root data. So 21 is displayed. So 21 is displayed. Then again you come over here to the next line and you call preorder root left. So again you are doing a recursive call of root left. So what happens? You save node 21 on the stack and you call preorder root left, that means 21 left. Now what is there in 21 left? In 21 left we have the node 24. So that means you are calling preorder 24, right? Now again the preorder function starts. Now the root value is node 24. So 24 is not equals to null. You visit root data. So that means 24 is displayed, right? Preorder root left. So again, node 24 is saved onto the stack and you call preorder 24 left. Now what is there in 24 left? If you look at the diagram, 24 left is null. So that means you are calling preorder null over here. Now rule of a recursive call is that the recursive call should have at least one base condition and your function should move towards the base condition. So over here the base condition is root not is equals to null. That means when the root is null, the base condition of this recursive call is root is equals to null. That is a base condition. So you see we have already reached the base condition over here. Base condition is the condition at which the recursion stops. So let us see this. We have called preorder null. So you enter the function if root not is equals to null, but right now our root value is null. So this if condition becomes false, and as a result this if condition does not get executed. Right? Now what happens when this base value has been called? That means you are done with this preorder null. This preorder null, this is already done with, because we have nothing to do in this recursive call. Right? Now from which point have you called this preorder null? From which point have you called this preorder null? From preorder 24 left. When you called preorder 24 left, you had actually given a call to preorder null. So when the working of this preorder null is done, it will go back to this point in your program. So preorder 24 left, this portion was done and the control came back to this point. So the next line, execution of the next line is left. That is preorder 24 right. Again I will repeat. When you called preorder null, you called the preorder null at the point where you called preorder 24 left. So once you have done with this preorder 24 left function, according to rule of execution of the programs, the program control comes back to the point of calling. So obviously the control of the program comes back to this point. So once the program control comes back to this point, the execution of the next line is left. So from here, preorder 24 right is called. Okay. Now what is 24 right? Let us see. 24 right is also null. So again you have called preorder null over here. Right? So when you have called preorder null over here, again as we have seen in the previous case, root not equals to null becomes false. As a result, over here nothing is done. So preorder null, this is also done. Execution of this preorder call is done. So the call comes back to this point where you had called 24 right. The control comes back to this point. Now you see carefully, after this line, no more lines are there to be executed in your function. No more lines are there in your function to be executed. That means this function has been done. So this function is done. So when a function is already done and the return type is void, that means the control will return back. So where the control will return back from this point? It will return back at the point from which this was called. It will go back to that point where this preorder 24 was called. So it will go back to this point of execution. It will go back to this point of execution because this preorder call started when you had called 21 left, and from that preorder call 24 left was called, then 24 right was called. When this is totally done, we have worked with the node 24, the control goes back to 21 left, from which preorder 24 was called. right? So when 24 left point is done, you come to the next line, that is preorder root right. That means you would be calling here preorder 21 right. Clear? So what is 21 right? Let us see. 21 right is 26. That means you are giving a call to preorder 26. Okay. Now preorder 26 is called root not is equals to null because 26 is not equals to null. So you enter the if condition visit root data. So 26 is printed. Correct? Next line, preorder root left. That means you call from here 26 is saved onto the stack and you call preorder 26 left. Now what is there in 26 left? If you see in 26 left you have null. That means actually you are calling preorder null. So when you call preorder null, as we have seen in previous case, this if condition does not work at all because this is the base condition. So the control comes back at this point from where the call was made. After 26 left, 26 right would be called. So you would be calling preorder 26 right. Now again 26 right over here is also null. So that means you are calling preorder null. Again calling preorder function with null means you have called with a base value or base condition. So this if condition will not be executed. So you are again done with 26 node. You see you have called 26 left, you have called 26 right, and there are no more executions in the function of preorder 26. So from here the control comes back to preorder 26. Clear? Now if you look at this flow, preorder 21 left is done, preorder 21 right is also done. So working with the node 21 is done. We were working with the node 21. You see on the stack top we have 21. So we were working with 21. 21 left, 21 right. So that means after calling 21 right, there is no other execution for this node 21. For this node 21, no other execution is left. So the control goes back. The control goes back. Where will this control go back? The control will go back to 20 left. 20 left. Why? Because preorder 21 was called when we had called preorder 20 left. 20 left is actually 21. So when we had called preorder 21 left, then when we had called preorder 20 left, at that time preorder 21 was called. So we come back to that point where we had called 20 left. Now after we had called 20 left, we were left with 20 right. So at this point preorder, at this point after this, preorder 20 right will be called. Now if you look at the diagram, what is 20 right? That is 30. So we would be calling preorder 30. Now as you call preorder 30, again your recursive call starts. 30 is not equals to null, so you visit the root data. So you revisit 30. After that you call preorder root left. So at this point everything related to node 30 gets saved onto the stack and you call preorder 30 left. Right? Now when you call preorder 30 left, let us see 30 left is null. So you are actually calling preorder null. Now when you call preorder null, again that is a base condition, right? So nothing in this if condition is executed. So the control comes back to this point where you had called preorder 30 left. After calling 30 left, you are left with this call to the right hand side of 30. So preorder 30 right. Now what is there in preorder 30 right? You see 30 right has a node 40. That means you are calling preorder 40. Right? Now again when you do this recursive call, 40 is not equals to null. So there is a visit to root data. So there is a visit to the node 40. From here you call 40 gets saved onto the stack. And you call preorder 40 left. Now what is preorder 40 left? Preorder 40 left is preorder null. You see it is preorder null. 40 left is null. So again you come back to the recursive call from where it was called. So 40 left is done. After that we will be doing preorder 40 right. So again preorder 40 right is also a call to preorder null. So that is also a base condition, so nothing to be done. So you go back. This node 40 is done with. So you go back. Where do you go back? From where you had called 30 right. You come back to the node 30. After 30 right, you are done with 30. So you go back from where we had called preorder 30, that is 20 right. From where we had called preorder 30, that is a call to preorder 20 right. So we go back to preorder 20 right. Now as soon as you come back to preorder 20 right, you have nothing left to be done with the node 20. So as a result, your whole algorithm stops because you have already covered all the calls to all the children of the root node. So that is what you get after the preorder traversal.